Well, not to be put off, I came back out and got my leather and my grips out. That, it turns out, is a screw cap. That screws onto the bottom there, so that basically goes in there with all the bits and pieces on, and then there is that goes on there. That is what broke. Obviously it's been weakened and it's been corroded as well. It is only a very fine brass little sort of securing ring, I suppose is the best word. It's a bit like a circlip, so that will go over there. So I think the easiest way for me to do is get a circlip, put that on there to hold it in place, so we'll be all good with that. The brass supporting nut there, it does not want to come off, and there's so little purchase, I've got a feeling it's just going to end up shearing it off, so I might just leave that in place. It's not essential to come out for the restoration. I would like it to, in order for me to be able to clean everything off a bit better, but I might just try heating it up and giving it one more go, maybe with a box spanner, or a socket even would probably be best. The ring spanner just isn't getting enough purchase, like I say. That also in the bottom is just some kind of plastic washer which goes in the base of the nut cap. I'm not entirely sure why. I presume it's just for when it's moving up and down, it stops metal rubbing against metal. So I'm going to have to find some kind of fibre washer to fit in there. So yeah, all in all, it's a bit happier. So I think the next thing for me to do is start getting everything polished up and seeing whether I can actually try and find a circlip to go in that. The inside is absolutely caked. It really is caked in corrosion, in rubbish. I'm not even sure whether you can see it very well from there. There we go, let's see. Yeah, it's awful. It really is awful there. I'm not even sure. I think there might even been a base washer, so it would have been a washer, brass washer on the top, fibre washer on top of that, and then the thread that goes in there. So yeah, it's just going to be a case of cleaning everything up, making it look hunky-dory, and fingers crossed. Well, I'm still on the same day. Decided to come back out, get out and have another crack at it, and interestingly enough, apart from the corrosion, there's also, let's see whether that'll focus in on it, a lovely crack just down the side of the body there. No idea whether that happened when I was removing it or whether it was there already. It's got quite a bit of dirt and whatnot in it, so I think it was probably there to start with, and when I removed the nut, it just cracked a little bit further, and with one of the actual nozzle fixings which goes onto there, there's a hell of a lot of corrosion in the thread, in both of them to be honest, but one worse than the other, and I think the one that was worse than the other is in there. I don't think it's aluminium. Where is it? There. Not entirely sure if you better see this. I'll get my crappy little magnifying glass out. I don't think that's actually going to make any difference whatsoever. Just about see the silver in there. So again, I've been scraping some of that out, and I think it's come out, but we're going to have another real good go at these beforehand. So I think what I'm going to have to do is cut a little V in there and try and find a way of aluminium soldering it, whether it's getting some soldering stroke brazing rods, heating it up and then doing it that way, or whether it's something I can do with maybe just normal electrical solder. I don't know. So I'm going to look into that a little bit further because I've never done that. Obviously I can't weld that simply because I've only got a stick welder, so no chance of that. It won't work on aluminium. The rest of the polishing is coming up quite nicely, as you can see. The pink gloves actually were given to me by my wife. I don't have a problem with pink at all, which is just as well, and they're better than the crappy ones I got from Bound Stretcher or whatever it was a couple of years ago, which keep falling apart. The nozzles, obviously they're all brass anyway, and one of the nozzles actually just fell out. So they're a bit of a tight fit. I think that one goes in that one, possibly. That's one. Yeah, they have got some kind of felt or fabric washer in there, which you might just be able to see there. That again, the one just dropped out. The other one wasn't fitting very well either. As you can see by that, they're not in a good state. So they've got like a little metal grommet on, so I'm presuming that I can get a small rubber one, fit it over, and then that will just form the seal. But we'll have to wait and see on that. I don't know why that one's not fitting at all, to be honest. Let's see. That's better. But yeah, obviously once those are given a good clean out, that I am, because it's cast iron, I'm going to soak it in vinegar at some point. Just pour a load of vinegar in. I might just stick a thumb over there and maybe a bung in there or something, or I might just submerge it, and hopefully I can get rid of all that rust and crap out of that. With regards to getting rid of all the corrosion out of the internals of these, I'm pretty certain vinegar will work, but I don't want to be using anything that's too corrosive. So yes, the cleanup procedure continues. Hopefully we'll have a solution for the repair, and it'll start looking as though it's ready for paint and going back together again, which will be nice. Right, so it's all cleaned up now. I didn't film it, but I've actually just cut a little groove into where the crack is, and drilled a hole. That's not actually the crack, that's just where the drill slipped. And I've drilled a little hole in there, hopefully to stop the crack going any further. So it shouldn't crack any further downwards, so it should hopefully put an end to it. My silver soldering stroke aluminium brazing kit had arrived. It consists of a wire brush to use to clean the area off. Obviously this is free of any contaminants, which should hopefully then make it easier to stick. We've also got the rod and the instructions, tell you to heat it up. Well, first of all, they tell you to clean the area off thoroughly, heat it up, and when it gets reasonably hot, touch the rod onto the heated metal, not onto the flame. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of an experience for me, so we'll just crack on and see how we go with that. I hope that's a decent view. Just turn you around a little bit. There. Right, here goes nothing. That'll do. Would help if I actually paid attention to the instructions first, wouldn't it? pretty good to me. But there again, I'm no expert. Right, we'll give that a little while to dry. I think it's probably because it's a little bit colder as well tonight, but it seemed to take a little while to actually get up to temperature. Oh yeah, that's up to temperature. So yeah, not sure how long you have to leave it to set, but we'll give it a couple of minutes and then give it a while.